First, take off the cover. Then take off the fuel line from this rubber wheel. It'll come off when you pull it off. Then you have to twist it open, let it drain. Prepare at least 2 buckets for the wheel. During the draining process, you can remove the bearings, cylinders, plates, and other parts. The screws should be neatly arranged to avoid losing them. Remove the other side as well. Check if it is completely loose. Remove the cylinder and put it aside. Remove the other side of the cylinder as well. Remove the plate. Continue to remove the bearing protection ring. Knock out the small clips. Remove the chain by pulling out the pins. There's an oil drain here. Turn it to the highest point, then loosen it. Tie the rollers to the upper roller changer with a wire rope. When removing the parts, pay attention to the progress of oil draining. This is as far as it goes. Remove the oil pipe. Plug the oil port with a cloth to avoid oil leakage. Take a picture to facilitate the wiring later. Remove the wires. Remove this pipe. Lower it. Lower this side to the lowest level. Straighten the body. Push the car in. Pull the rollers out. Why don't you loosen the screws on the slide first? If you loosen it first, the slider will easily slide out and fall with the rollers. That's why you can't loosen it first. Then this one is screwed on to hold the force. After the roller is fully loaded, the screw on the slide can be loosened, but cannot loosen the wire rope. Separate the slider from the steel wire rope. Do the same on the other side. Remove the small parts. With the help of a tool, loosen the connection. Be sure to hold this. Prevent the oil pipe from slipping due to improper handling. Hold the tube here as well. Wipe off the oil on the tube with a cloth to avoid staining the floor. Spread the film on the ground and put the oil pipe on it. Remove the bearing by tapping the inner ring with the tool. At the same time, lock the oil outlet with a cloth. Remove the gear and bearing on the other side with a pulling tool. Tie a sling and lift it up with a crane and put it on. Put on the steel wire rope removed earlier and tie it with the hoisting rope. Use a hoist to lift and place it on the roller changing car. Then remove the hoisting rope. Apply a layer of thermal oil on the outer side of the oil outlet. Install the bearings and other components removed earlier. Apply high-temperature grease to both sides of the bearings. Apply waterproof glue at the interface. Similarly, install the previously removed components on the other side. Note: hit the inner ring, not the bearing balls. Hitting the balls can deform them. Hitting the bearing balls can cause deformation. When picking up the oil guide pipe, be careful to support it. Insert the oil guide pipe back into the rubber roller. Aligning it with the holes inside may be challenging. Be patient. After aligning with the holes, apply waterproof glue at the interface of the oil guide pipe. Tighten with a wrench. After tightening, apply waterproof glue again. Install the small components back. Push the new rubber roller into the gluing machine. Loosen the steel wire ropes on both sides and install the sliding track screws. Install the bearing guards on both sides. Install the chain. Install the chain guard ring. Install the cylinder. Pour back the thermal oil. Open the oil discharge port. Inject compressed air to speed up oil drainage. Tighten the oil discharge port when oil starts to come out. Rotate the hand wheel to start adjusting the rubber roller. Place 2 sheets of A4 paper between the rubber roller and the steel roller. Adjust until the tension values at both ends are equal. Equal tension values do not necessarily mean a distance of 0 between the rollers. Now the tension is the same. Now it is in the 0 position. Then adjust its actual value to 0. This is negative 0.5. Adjust it to 0. Then there is a gear here. Click once. Normally, you need to enter a password. It may have been entered. Click once. It has a high correction. Then there is a set actual value. Set it to 0. Then click on this set actual value. Then this actual value becomes 0. Now it is in the 0 position. That's it. Go back to the thickness setting page. Now it's done. The actual value is 0. Then raise the two rollers to a height of 50. Use the same method to adjust the distance between the rubber roller and the bottom roller, completing all adjustments.